Maciah here from Peepthiswom.
Along with your favorite wise guy,
And this episode is brought to you by
Mark Bodner, personal injury attorney.
located at 350 Suite 604, 7th Avenue, New York, New York.
And you can reach him at 646-832-2732. That's 646-832-2732. And tell him Peepthiswom sent you.
For all your personal injury needs. He's the best in town. Peep this WOM, or should I say peep this word of mouth. We have a special guest with a special interview, and we got some things we're gonna speak about. Let's introduce our audience to Fiona,
Hello, how are you? Hi, everyone.
the myth, the legend, the living legend,
There you go.
the legend that's still in existence,
Oh my God.
No, keep
the
going.
entrepreneur,
Yes.
the CEO, the business mind, the actress extraordinaire,
Of
The
course.
boss.
the BOSS.
Show me where your boss.
Hey, let's clap it up.
Gotta clap it up.
Oh man, we love your energy. How are
Thank
you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
It's gonna be fun. I know it's far, but we're gonna bring it in. We're
Here
gonna
we go,
bring
here
it
we
in.
go.
One more time. Black power, black magic.
Black power.
All
Black
right.
magic.
Black magic, yeah.
Black magic. Black
course.
magic.
So, as our special guest is here,
Yep.
we will want you to do that quote of the day.
Okay, so my quote of the day is believe in yourself, trust God's timing, and just go with the flow. Sometimes working for yourself is just the way that you're going to keep unraveling the beauties of your life.
Yo, that's powerful. You know, a lot of times we're in a rush for things, and we don't know that there's a beauty in waiting and trusting God's
Oh
time.
my God.
Like sometimes you want it too quickly, and when we don't have it, we're quick to give up. But when you get it after a long period of waiting, manifesting, writing it down, making your thoughts one with God, then when you see the fruits of your labor, you're like, wow, you enjoy it more.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say that I am an impatient person when it comes to
I
this.
hear you.
What is your sign if you're impatient?
Oh, here we go. See, we ain't even 5 minutes.
What's the sign, bro?
Because your
Let's go.
impatience, are you?
Well, the impatience of, no, trust me, I'm an unfortunately extremely patient person, but I feel like I'm impatient when it comes to getting things that I know I'm working so hard for so long for. So
Okay.
I want to ask you guys, like this is directly me asking you genuinely, like how do you guys deal with that? How do you guys find the patience in waiting for what God is giving you? Because I definitely don't have the answer.
Do you want to go? Should I
No,
go?
I want you to go.
Okay, so I say I'm not super religious. I believe
Okay.
in God, a higher power. You know,
Okay,
I
talk
do
about
believe
it.
that, there is someone, a being or something that created all of us.
An entity.
An entity.
Okay.
I believe that each of us have a divine connection to that entity. And I believe that
Talk
I
about
can
it.
communicate with my higher self and God
Okay.
through the connection that he gave to me. So I don't believe in going to somebody to pray for me. I don't believe in going to somebody to manifest for me. I call myself God's favorite daughter. There's nothing you can talk to God for that I can't ask God that he's going to give to me.
Amen.
So I feel like I'm a walking testament for believing and trusting in God's timing because
Okay.
I found a career path in the two hardest sectors that you can ever find, and I'm doing both simultaneously. So to be an actress, of course, and an actress in America a black actress in America that is just trusting God's
Right.
timing. Do you know what I mean? And to be an entrepreneur, oh my God, I decided in January that I was going to open a juice bar, January
this year?
2020.
2020. Okay.
January
Oh,
2020.
perfect timing.
You would think.
Perfect timing.
Then I paid for 1 year rent for my juice bar February 2020, and everything shut down in March 2020.
Whoa.
Something that was supposed to take me 6 months to open ended up taking me 2 years to open. 2 years and my money. No loans, no PPP, nothing. Just
None of them PPP scams.
no. I wish,
door.
but my CPA was like, you're not entitled. So we're just like, we're not even. There's so much things that come out for people that had a business during the pandemic that we didn't qualify for because I only had independent contractors. I didn't have like employees. So what was supposed to take me about, this is a rough estimate,
Talk to us.
about 60,000 ended up tripling.
Whoa.
So how did you, before you tell us about how you dealt with that in a literal manner, like spiritually, emotionally, how did you feel about that? How did you deal with it? Because that's something that'll make anybody just say, maybe I'm just not meant to be doing this. Maybe I'm not meant for a business.
I dreamt it. I dreamt in January that I had a juice bar, and the same morning, my best friend gives me a call and she's like, I had a dream that you should open a juice bar. Like, you do these juices, these smoothies, you're so good at this. And I'm just like, that's the confirmation I needed. Like, if I dreamt this, like, God is communicating with me. And the more I waited, the more patient I got, the more God showed me why I had to wait for my juice bar to open. Because when I first started, I was just like, hey, I just want to start a business, whatever, do it, whatever basic model that all juice bars do, let's just do it, let's just open a business, let's go. But the longer I waited, I had to wait. I had to learn about my business. Now I had to learn about every single aspect of my business that I would have probably just hired somebody to do for me. So I got even closer with my business. It's more personal to me now. And every time I ask God, like, hey God, I'm not questioning you. I'm not rushing you. But what's going on? It's been a year.
Yeah.
What's going on? It's been a year and like $80,000 gone. What's going on? And like one day in my meditation, he said to me, you need to do this because this is the rite of passage for you to then see yourself bloom as an actress. You have to serve me. You have to heal people. You have to give back to people health-wise before you can then go and enjoy yourself as an actress. And it just meant more to me because my dad passed away with pancreatic cancer in 2016. That's when I started my vegan journey, you know, like my healthy eating, plant-based eating, and God's timing, you know? And the amount of people that I've reached with these juices, I started off with 6 of each flavors, now I have 12. Do you know what I mean? So I keep it, and every day I would just sit down and I would just get the idea like, oh, make this flavor. And I'm just like, this is God telling me to make this flavor because who else is...
Exactly.
That's the only person I feel like, I always tell people like that first voice that you hear when you have an idea about something, that's God. Everything else is the devil now trying to like come in and like make you not trust what you heard from God.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. For me, like to answer your question, for me, what makes it easier, like it's always going to be initially hard when you're trusting God's patient. But once I start getting some of my out of the how, when, why, where, like if he gives me how, I will run with that. I'll hold on to that and then wait for the where. Little by little, things start to come into place once you're constantly hitting the mark. So, for example, when I first started that sneaker company, right? I didn't know how, but I knew why I wanted to do it. So I had one. Then it was, all right, how can I make this a how? How can I answer the how? Then I went, found, I was like, okay, this is the how. Now, where? Went outsourced it. So little by little, I trust God as I'm taking the journey. Because sometimes we wait for the destination to be grateful, but it's actually the journey.
Right, and also if you have reached, you can, and I feel like you can, everybody in here actually can, you know, attest to that you've waited for something, right? And it took you a while and you had to do all the running around. But then when you finally got it, that joy that you thought you were going to get from it, that you didn't get it. You found that joy when you were working towards it.
I wish I could say that, but I don't know. I'm not that journey. You enjoy the journey. I'm not that guy. I wish I was.
And you know what's his problem too? His problem is also
Talking to the camera. Tell me.
his problem is also when he gets whatever that milestone is, he'd be like, "Oh, I did it." On to it. He
Next
doesn't
one,
even.
right? Exactly.
Yeah,
He
because
doesn't
it's-
even hold
because
it a
it's
little
the-
bit.
That's because it's
Yeah.
the journey that he's into.
But he doesn't like the
I don't
journey.
like
He
sometimes.
thinks he doesn't like the journey.
Talk to me.
He
He
thinks
does.
he
He
doesn't. But
does.
if you didn't like the journey, you would be one of those. You know what? I don't want to do anything. I'm just gonna sit down and do
I
nothing.
think you would have stopped. If
You would have
You want
stopped.
to know
I
why?
really
You
Because-
would have.
You want to know why? Because if there is a God, whatever you want to believe in, if you want to believe in a bearded toga guy in the sky that watches you naked, if you want to
Okay.
believe in a giant spaghetti monster, whatever. But if there is a God, then God has given me this weird, unshakable will of not quitting when I want something, even if it's at my own detriment.
But that's a good thing, though.
Again,
It is.
what is this man's sign? Like, why would you tell me? Why would you
He's
tell
an
me?
Aquarius.
If
I'm a
he-
Gemini. Don't listen to him. I'm a Gemini.
When
Stop
is your
playing.
birthday?
My birthday is.
Exactly.
listen to
if he
me.
doesn't even know
Listen
about
to me.
signs, what is your birthday?
He knows
Tell
the
me your
sign.
birthday.
He just doesn't
I
believe
just
in
need
that
your month
stuff.
and
My,
year.
my sign is a dragon. In the
I just
Chinese
need your
zodiac.
month and year. I don't need your. I mean your month and day,
Come
not
on,
the
man.
year.
All right,
Listen,
who do you believe, him or me?
listen to me.
Don't do this. Don't.
Who do you believe?
He's an Aquarius.
I'm the one that
I
asked you
think
about the MCU.
trust me.
I believe him because you
Yes.
said you don't even know anything about signs to
He's an
begin with. So
Aquarius.
how are you gonna tell me
He's
now?
an Aquarius. You don't want to ever admit it because
I
you don't believe in it.
I used
and
to.
and
January or February?
January.
see,
I used to
Oh,
believe
you're
in it.
Aquarius.
I used to believe in it, but then I started realizing that all of this zodiac stuff is just a little bit too inconspicuously true for everybody to be true for me. I do
I
believe.
hear you.
Don't get me wrong. I do believe that there are patterns in certain types of people.
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I just don't believe that Mercury in retrograde
I kinda
is
agree
gonna
with
make
that, too.
anything.
Okay, so this past month,
Okay.
did you have any car or electrical or electronical problems? Your computer didn't glitch, your cell phone didn't glitch, you didn't have no cars, no delay, nothing happened this last month. This last month was smooth for you.
Oh, it wasn't smooth, but no electronic problem. Just because I'm actually like very technically savvy. I've been hooking up computers and video game consoles since I was like 4 or 5 years old. So that's not easy. That's easy for me.
Yeah, but Mercury messes with that. Like for me, I had 2 car issues this
Right.
Mercury. Like seriously, like laptops wasn't
So what
working.
does Jupiter do? Because everybody always talks about Mercury. What does Jupiter do? No, I'm genuinely asking. I'm very curious.
I love where this is going. I'm ready.
I'm not trying to
Okay,
check. I'm very
so-
curious. Please educate me.
It's so far-fetched to just start with what does Jupiter do, because when I ask people what their signs, like
Right.
when I say what your sign, all in general people only know about their sun signs. So
But
your
they don't
sun,
know their natal charts. or
right, your
nothing.
natal
Oh, I
chart,
swear to God, you
exactly.
know this-
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You
because-
have to know your natal chart because even though you are an Aquarius, like
I'm
how you
actually an air sign or something technically. Like
you
I'm-
are an air sign.
Yeah, it's like Aquarius. People think it's water, but it's like isn't it like an air
No,
sign
you're a
or
water
something?
bearer. You carry water.
I carry a lot of water.
No, for me though, not that I believe in it, bro, fully. But what
He
I
believes in it.
no, hear me out. I believe that God created everything, so everything has a certain purpose to it. Now, I might not believe it to the extent of everyone, but listen, I have crystals.
The moon controls our body as
I do
females.
believe that does affect things.
You
That happens.
understand? Like I understand when we're born, natal charts, numerology, a whole bunch of things plays in the fact of who we are as beings. Right? Math, if we didn't have math, we wouldn't have physics. If we didn't have physics, we wouldn't understand how this world operates to a certain degree. So I believe everything plays this role for what it is. Now, am I gonna?
Do you believe in global warming?
Yes, of course, but I'm not gonna. But what for me, why I said to a certain degree, I believe in astrology, but I'm not gonna go and read my sign every week, every month. But I do believe that I carry certain traits as a Cancer would, right?
You're a Cancer.
I have emotional traits. I'm an emotional being. But that could go for anybody. But you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but if you're a Cancer, for me, if I met you and you told me you're a Cancer, I'm an Aries. I'm a fire sign. So I'm instantly our sun signs are
Right.
fire and water.
Right.
Clash. Best of friends, but we clash.
Right.
I would want, if I were to be interested in dating you, I wouldn't look at what your sun sign was, I'd want to know what your Venus was.
Oh,
Can
see,
I
I don't go
can I
that deep
interject?
now.
Can I-
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
I would love
So-
to. I gotta interject.
Please do.
Because I've been waiting to get a black woman on this so we can finally talk about some real stuff. But we go. Oh, hold up. Before we do that, can you say the quote to them one more time?
My quote was,
That's fine.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh yeah, believe in yourself. My quote was, believe in yourself, trust God's timing, and just go with the flow. Sometimes when you're working on yourself, it's you evolving and discovering who you really are and what your purpose on this earth is.
That was a beautiful quote. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And with that said, before we get into your lovely interview, I would really like to ask you, not to say that you speak for every woman in this situation.
And I do not. I just want it to be noted.
Right, yes.
Everything I will say on this interview is something that is related to me
You.
or my experiences. It does not. There's no one formula for everybody. Everybody's
Please
different.
understand that.
Not me. I speak for every human being in this room. I am the end all, the be all. But in all seriousness and not seriousness, I would really like to know, what do you think, as a woman that does believe in the zodiac signs, what if you have a man here that has all the tell signs of being a great partner for you, and he's committed to doing these things, and he's proven it, but he's a sign that you don't believe is compatible with you? What do you choose?
And it's not in your Venus. Whatever that. What did you say? The Venus.
Oh, the Venus is not.
Could you still give him a try? That's a good question.
Honestly speaking,
Honestly.
What do you believe in more? The person showing you what they can do, or astrology? That's what it comes down to.
Has astrology ever let you down too? That's my part B.
Making my question off first, man. You jumping in.
Yeah, hers question first. Sorry.
honestly, it's kind of one of my the topics that we're going to discuss.
Okay.
And it's about knowing yourself so well enough and knowing what is going to make you happy.
Right.
That if you know that this is going to make me happy, you stated something about seeing patterns in people.
Right.
If I see a specific pattern in you, and I know I've seen this in 3 cancers before that has not made me happy, there's no way I'm going to go put myself through that again.
It makes sense.
I already
Patterns
know
is
what I
different.
want. Yeah, it's a different. That's why astrology comes into play, because you get to see patterns. So for me, for example, I say this to people: if I know that you're an Aquarius and I know that you're a Cancer, how I'm going to talk to you about your problems are 2 completely different ways.
Right.
Aquarius, you're kind of tough shell. You can take it. I'll be like, you're stupid. This isn't working. But you, I know that you're slightly sensitive because you're a Cancer. I'll be like, I don't think that you're wrong. I just think that you should find a different approach to it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So for me, for communication, it helps me communicate better.
I would still like to know if you have a partner or potential partner that has all the tell signs of everything
Well.
that you like, and they're willing to commit to that, but they're of a sign that you don't feel trusting in. Would you put your which would you put your faith in? Your astrology, or what they're willing to show you?
My astrology.
Okay,
Ooh.
fair enough.
But that's deep though.
You already
'cause-
gave your explanation or something.
No, because she's holding on to what
Yeah.
ever helps her. That helps her
Yeah.
from that time.
I can't. My mom's a Cancer. My grandmother's a Cancer. I love my friends that are Cancers, but I can't date. I can't date a Cancer. I'm an Aries. I'm blunt, and it's not like I'm even trying to hurt anybody's
Right.
feelings.
What
I'm
if-
just brutally honest.
I'm not-
And I feel like what will happen is that eventually I'll feel like I'm walking on eggshells because I can't be myself. If I'm with a partner, I
Right.
want to be able to be myself with my partner.
Right.
I love friendly banter. I love when you say something hurtful, I'm like, oh, so I'm finding something to say back or to fight you. Like, I love that kind of thing, as opposed to somebody that's gonna be like, why would you say that? That's hurtful. I'm like, oh my God, you
Can I
know.
throw one more
So,
caveat
and I'm not saying
before-
all Cancers
Yeah.
are like that. Cancers, please don't come
No,
for
no.
me. But you
Remember,
understand what I'm
Come
trying
for
to
me.
say?
I want
We
all the
get
smoke.
you.
I ain't
We
scared.
get you. We
No,
get
but
you.
you know what I mean? It's just like I know my mom and I, we are great, but I know her trigger points, and I know that there are certain things
Right.
that I would say to her that would trigger her. And I'm
What
at
if
this
it's what
stage.
God wants for you?
What happened?
What if it's what God wants for you?
What if what God wants for me?
What if God wants that man for you, but you want your astrology? I'm just asking.
then I have no, that's my choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if that's the person that God is designed for me, that person's gonna constantly show up and prove themselves to me. Where at a point I'm gonna be like, okay, I get it.
Right.
Again, because of my connection with God, of how strong I will
Right.
dream this person. Trust me, I will dream you. I would
Right.
know. I would know.
That's actually kinda
I'm
sweet.
very spiritual, so I would know.
That's
Like, you know, I mean. Aquarius. My dad was an Aquarius.
Here we go.
I married an Aquarius for 8 years. So
Oh, you were married?
Yeah. So
Oh.
8. Like I know you people. Amazing people. Don't get me wrong. I love Aquarius. I really do. You guys are great.
I mean, I don't feel a connection to Aquarius, so that's fine. You can say whatever you. But sorry, Ken. I didn't mean to steal
Such
lightning
an
from you.
Aquarius
No,
thing
no,
to
no.
say. That
Right?
spot
Oh,
on.
here we go. Here we go. I'll let
Spot
you.
on.
You got it. You got it. Alley, you, bro.
No,
My
no, no.
bad.
But I'll catch it. But
You got it. I'm having
Listen.
fun. I'm having fun. I like this.
we're having a great conversation. We're here again
Here we go.
with the legend.
The legend,
The legend, bro.
the living legend,
The living legend.
the boss legend,
The boss
the
legend.
boss of legends.
Woo-wee.
Let's go.
And this is what we want. We want to talk about. Let's get into your life, your upbringing. This is our fun part where we get to know our guests.
Birdman hand up.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Who is Fiona Mara?
who is?
Who
Let's
is
start.
she?
Let's start. So, growing up, talk to me about it. So, where did you grow up? How was growing up? Your life, your parenting, your parental guidance. How was all of that? Let's start there.
Okay, so I was born in Freetown, Sierra Leone. That's in West Africa.
Ooh.
Yeah. My dad was a sea captain, and my
Okay.
mom was a sailor. I mean,
Oh.
I'm sorry. My dad was a sea captain, sailor, and my mom's a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah. So when my mom was due, like she was about to give birth, my dad was actually docking 2 ships.
Ooh.
One of them was Meniscus, and the other one was Fionia.
Oh.
And he said, depending on whatever my wife has, I'm going to name my child that. And like my mom went into labor like a couple of days after like he was working with the ship, and Fionia was born.
Ooh.
So that's where I got my name, Fionia. That's why I'm so specific with people. Like it's not Fiona, it's
Right.
Fionia.
Fun-
It's your name. People
It's
should say it
like,
right.
You have to
exactly.
get it
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Fair
Your name,
enough.
people should
Fair
say it
enough.
right. I think.
So yeah, so I lived in Sierra Leone for some time, and then I moved to England. Lived in England, went to school in England for a while, and then my dad wanted us back in Sierra Leone. Went back to Sierra Leone. Everything was great until the Rebel War.
Ooh.
So we escaped the first time, and then everything kind of sort of cooled down a bit, and then we went back to Sierra Leone, and then it happened again.
Oh, man.
Right, and then this time we had to leave Sierra Leone on a boat because my dad's a sailor, so we had connections to leave on the boat. We leave on the boat, and a day goes by, and my mom hears the engine of the boat, like, you know, kind of like stop working. And my mom's like, my husband's a sailor. I know something's wrong, so she goes up and she finds out, and then next, you know, the second one like goes off as well. So now we're lost at sea. I've actually been lost at sea.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Nightmare to me.
so many people were dying. They were tossing them over the ship. They couldn't find us because it was supposed to be like a 3 to 4 day trip, which ended up taking up like about a week and a half. So
Wow.
there was no food, there was no preparation, and it was a bunch of people just trying to run away from rebels, trying to shoot them, kill them, amputate them. So nobody really left with like anything. And I remember like looking over, and I'm like, there's a possibility I'm gonna lose my grandmother and my younger brother because there was no food. Old people were, you know, and I just kept praying. I'm like, God, I know this isn't it for my life. Like, I just know you've given me visions of who I'm going to be as an adult. There's no way this can be my life. And then I saw like dolphins appear, and then within a day after seeing the dolphins, they found us.
Wow.
They got us to the Gambia. After the Gambia, the United States came and was doing like a refugee program, and my mom applied for it, and that's how I got to the United States.
Before we continue, can we have a moment of silence for those who were lost? Because that is,
Yeah.
wow, that was deep.
Yeah. You know, this podcast is the first podcast or the place I've ever spoken about that.
Well, thank you for sharing with us. We appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
It's not really.
We open the doors for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I would ever hid.
Yeah.
Like, if you know me, like, I'll talk
You know,
about it, but
you
I
know.
just don't, nobody really knows how I got here.
Wow.
Speaking of how you got here, mind if I get the next one?
Yeah, please.
So you said that you were born in Sierra Leone, right?
Yeah.
And so then you immigrated here. So that means that you're actually a part of the immigrant experience.
Yes.
So especially like, I have a lot of friends that from many different cultures, especially the immigrant experience. I always say there's a difference between being in the Black experience, the Black American experience, the Asian, the Black American experience, the American experience, and then the African American experience.
Okay.
So what do you think are what are some things that are different about an African household that may be different from the typical American household?
Okay. So
Like
definitely,
you can keep it real.
I am, and I know that. Again, there's nothing that you do or say in this world, someone's gonna be offended by it, you know. So how I feel is that there is definitely, I call it the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay.
It's actually Africans, Caribbeans, and Black Americans. That's the divide.
I agree.
Well, I don't want to stop you. Go on.
So, what is the difference? For me, growing up in an African household, telling my mother that I wanted to be an actress, she was gonna beat me up.
Oh, yeah,
At like 18,
Right.
she was like, "Are you crazy? You were so good in science. You were so good in chemistry. You wanted to be a lawyer. What do you mean an actress?" I'm like, "I can be all of those now."
At the same time.
Right, exactly.
Same
Like
time.
I can be all of those. So there's definitely a disconnect there. When you go outside to hang out, like the three groups, that's when you really start to see the difference. You, as an immigrant child coming here, you want to like adapt to your environment so you're not sticking out like a Thor's thumb. You want to adapt so that you're not called African booty scratcher.
They don't still do that, do they?
I don't know. I
remember they did that when we was young, but not
I think they did that when everybody was younger, and everybody saw about Africa with those commercials. Or those commercials with the flies. I remember when I first came to America, I was like, "Mom, where is that country? We need to help them. Like, where in Africa is that?" Because for me, I grew up in Sierra Leone. My dad's job provided us with a gardener, a watchman, a chef, a maid. I had a driver. I had my own personal driver picking us up from school and dropping us back home. So I grew up in like. What I tell people is that I grew up in what people would consider in America the 1%. So I've had experiences from all around. I've had experience from being from the 1%. I've had experience from being from nothing growing up in the Bronx. You know what I mean? So for me now, life is not about material things.
Right, love that.
Life is about the connections that you make with people, because there are certain things that happen in your life, and if you cannot think of 3 friends to call, are they your friends? Why are you associating yourself with those people? Are they your family? You know what I mean? For me, where I grew up is that the African household, it's so family. Like we're so about family. Sometimes we're just like, I don't want it to be, because I know once I tell my mom this, the whole family knows. Like everybody knows. But at the same time, when I have a problem, the whole family knows, and everybody comes together to support you, to have that connection. And I just feel like there's this like disconnect with Caribbean families.
Right.
I don't want people to feel offended, but
I'm
like
not Caribbean, he is.
No, but I'm just saying, like, for example, in Africa, like, getting married is a must. Like, male and females is something that they aspire to. They want to get married. If you get a girl pregnant in Sierra Leone or Nigeria or any other country, you got to get married to that girl. Whereas, like, if you look at the Caribbean, you would see a guy, and I'm not trying to push anything, have, like, brag about having 10 baby mothers. Like, there's nothing. Like, are you taking care of them? Like, in Africa, don't get me wrong, I also come from an African culture where multiple wives are accepted. I don't mind being a multiple wife. A lot of people like, what? You're such an independent woman.
We gotta have her back to talk about this, but continue.
Like, a lot of people be like, you're such an independent woman. You're so powerful. And I'm like, I get all that, but also, like, I have two upbringings that I merged into becoming who Fiona is as a lover. And that is my African side, and that is my American side. The American woman in me is also going to go out there and make a way for myself, find a
Right.
business, find a job, do for myself. But when I go home, a lot of women, when they go home, when they're bosses, they want to boss their husband. They want to boss. They want to continue to boss. No, when I won't go home, I want to submit. I'm sorry. I want my husband to be.
I think-
Yeah.
Hold on. Is that a mic drop? Is that a heat check?
That is a heat
That
check.
is a heat check?
Oh man, that is preach.
You don't have a mic, so we can't drop your mic, but you get a heat check.
Oh, heat
Get it.
check.
No, but I'm serious. I want to submit. I take pride in cooking. Like, that's why my business that I went with, Steve Harvey once said, find something that if you can wake up and they tell you to do, you'll be able to do it and make money from that. That's cooking. I can cook. I can make drinks. I've been a bartender. I
Right.
brag. Like, I don't even brag about being an actress. I brag about being a chef. Like, my food can make you feel whatever I want you to feel. Like, I just love cooking. And I won't cook if I'm not in a good mood because I only want to give good energy. So if I'm not in a good mood, I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to juice. Like, that's why people that, like, I have a great staff.
Are you single?
Am I single?
No, she said she's not married anymore. That's different, bro. Are you single?
I am working my life out.
Listen, guys, spam her DMs if you like what you hearing.
working my
Now, I'm just
life
joking.
out.
I'm just joking.
All
We just messing with you.
All I will say is
But that
that
was beautiful, though.
Well, I will say is that before we continue, can we take a minute to try some of the juice?
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
please.
getting kind
Let's
of
try
parched.
the juice
Yeah.
If that's
and
okay.
it's hot.
Which one
Okay,
should
so
we
let
try?
me.
Can you break down the flavors?
Break them down.
I'll break them down. Okay, so we have 6 and 6. So this
Okay.
is my 2 collections that I have. This 6 right here are the cold pressed juices. We don't
Okay.
add any sugar, any water, any color, just the fruit and veggies that's listed at the front.
Okay.
That's all that is. That's all you're
Okay.
getting. It lasts for up to like 7 days, but I recommend people consuming all of these between 3 to 4 days.
I was thinking
Now over here we have we call this our specialty elixirs.
Ooh.
So they're different juices.
Am I gonna get superpowers?
Maybe.
She did say no.
So the specialty elixirs, they have sugar and water because, not sugar, but we lightly sweeten it with agave. And then we add spring water to it because
Okay.
it's like lemonade. You have to put water for
Right.
lemonade. It's we have a West African ginger beer.
Ooh.
So that's really good. That's my grandmother's Sierra Leonean recipe.
Okay.
And so
Awesome.
yeah, and then we have a tamarind juice, and then we have a dragon fruit juice. So these 6 specialty elixirs, you can use it as a chaser for whatever.
Ooh, okay.
Whatever.
You need to hire her for a bartender and for a party.
Oh, I have
Definitely.
somebody
When
that
we
you
have
can
events.
hire. Her name is Mixed by Coco. She has her own bartending company, and she uses fairy juice to make her
All
cocktails.
right, I like it.
Yeah.
So which one would you recommend to us?
Okay,
I
so
was gonna
when
go for the
I
pink
go to the pink one,
Yeah, because it's
it's
pink.
a lemonade.
Oh, then perfect.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
I was gonna read your aura and give you.
Yeah, I'd rather do
Oh,
that.
come
No,
on.
let's do that. Put it in. Which one you
fine,
reading?
whatever.
Okay, so you have the pink. The pink will be for you.
It'll be
It will
for
be
you.
for
You
you.
can read my aura.
No,
No,
yeah,
read my
but to
aura.
read your aura,
Read my aura.
you're more like an orange or green. Orange and green will go good for you right now.
Okay.
You, Pisces eclipse, and butterfly nebula
All right, so which one
and
is that?
sun chimes. Okay, butterfly nebula is the ginger beer.
Okay.
I feel like you like ginger. It's the purple one. It's like a purple.
Yeah, I do.
I like that.
All right. Are you a ginger person?
Yeah, I love ginger.
Are you sure?
No, actually, like I have ginger
Oh.
powder at home.
Yeah.
Ginger powder.
Yeah,
You know?
we use it all the time.
Oh, for seasoning.
More like for tea and stuff
Teas.
sometimes.
Really?
But I do use it in some
Why
cooking.
do you use ginger tea? Why don't you
You never
use
had
the real
ginger tea?
ginger? Yeah, this is ginger tea. Like
Like,
that's
just
the
made from
cool
pure
thing
ginger.
about the elixirs that I told you about. They can be served hot or cold. So
Okay,
you can take this home and drink it as a tea.
Listen, they ain't gonna stop me. I'll take it all right now.
Okay, let's cheers. This is Butterfly
sir.
Nebula.
Butterfly
Cheers,
nebula.
butterfly.
Butterfly
Nebula.
Nebula.
I like the smell already.
So first off initial, I love the ginger flavor.
It's a ginger beer. It's just a purple ginger beer.
I love it.
Now
Second,
think about the.
I'm just enjoying it. Like I actually like it a
smoothness.
lot. So
Listen.
I'm not faking this. I actually do like ginger a lot, so it's good
Before
for me.
we continue, I need to know
Keep drinking this. It's
where
so good.
is your store located? Because this
We
is
are
delicious.
located at 155 Mount Vernon Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York, 10550.
Maybe,
No, they're also good.
What are your
maybe,
hours?
good.
maybe hit her up on Instagram and she will ship it to you, depending on.
What are your hours?
Monday through Friday, 10 to 6.
Wow,
and
that's
then
amazing.
on Saturdays and Sundays, we at Farmers Market.
This is
So we'll be
amazing.
at Chappaqua Farmers Market, Irvington Farmers Market, Mount Kisco, Hastings Farmers Market, Botanical Garden Farmers
Ooh.
Market. Yeah, and we're still trying to expand on the Farmers Market.
I love this though.
Yeah.
That was
Isn't it so
delicious.
good?
It is.
This one is literally the same thing. It's just not purple. That
Okay.
one has butterfly pea flower. That's what makes it purple. Now let's go for. Ooh, I know you guys are gonna love this.
Okay.
The reason why I want to talk about this is because
Talk
I
about it.
had, when I started, this is one of my, I call these my, oh man. I'm sorry, I don't know, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, these are like our signature juices.
Okay.
Excuse me. So yeah, our signature juices. So this is Astro Kiss.
Ooh,
Astro Kiss is like the juice that I had a problem with, and I was just like, it's slightly sour, and people like it, but I'm like, it's not selling the way I
Right.
want it to sell because it's
Right.
a kiss, and it's like, think about getting kissed in like the universe, in the stars, and
Right.
Astro Kiss is so yummy now because I switched out the beets and I added pomegranates to it.
Ooh.
And so this one now, unlike the ginger that you had, this one is just fresh fruits and veggies.
Ooh.
So in here, you guys are drinking pomegranate, pear, pineapple, kiwi, ginger, and lemon.
Ooh, beautiful.
No
like
water, no
everything I like
sugar,
drinking.
We got it.
nothing
Cheers.
added.
We got it. Cheers. Astro Kiss. Wow.
This would actually be a fantastic mixer.
What? Man, I can feel this in a Tropicana bottle. Like, that's how. What?
Tropicana bottle.
This is
Nah.
amazing. This is
This
rich.
Tropicana got way too much unnecessary sugar.
No, what I'm saying is
No,
the
I get what you're
taste.
saying.
It's enriched. Like, I can drink this all day.
So now all these are like very rich in taste because they are just the fruits and veggies.
Before we continue with the interview, I just want to know, how did you come up with the
Yes.
with the
please.
recipes for these? Not, you don't have to give away your secrets,
No,
but
yeah,
like,
yeah.
conceptualize.
So I read a lot of like books on juicing, but when I cook,
Ooh.
I taste it in my mouth. I taste it in my head. I have a taste of it before even tasting what it's gonna taste like, and then I try to match that taste when
You
I
know what the
make
taste
it.
is already for the ingredients.
For
in
the
your mind.
ingredients, right?
Okay.
So I already have it in my head what I
Wow.
want it to taste like, and then I start putting like something's off, and I'm like, I think I taste too much, and then I just like, there's too much lemon, cut it out. You should add some more, cause like with this one, I definitely cut out the kiwis. I cut out a lot of the kiwis. I used to do like double the kiwis, and I cut that. So it's just like playing with it. Do you guys want to try another one?
Yes, yes.
Which
One before we
one?
continue.
Let's try one of your flavor. The blue one. Let's try the blue one.
Okay, the blue
I love
one.
blue is my
Mermaid
favorite color.
Oasis is the, and you know I was gonna pick blue for you, but I didn't tell you blue because I didn't want you to think it's because of your shirt. But when I saw you, you were very blue. You were very
Aw.
blue. In a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're calm, you're
Yeah,
peaceful, you're
always,
water,
yeah.
he's Cancer.
Thanks.
They calm until you mess with them.
That is true.
Not at all.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
Mermaid
all
Oasis is the fan favorite.
Ooh.
Look at how
Color's
pretty the
fantastic,
color
yeah.
is.
It is.
Fantastic.
A lot of people ask me, what is the blue? It's not Kool-Aid. It's not any of that.
Wow.
It's blue spirulina.
Oh, that's super healthy.
It's a superfood that
Yes.
makes it blue. So cheers
it.
to blue.
Cheers
Mermaid
to
Oasis.
I like this.
This one tastes healthy.
Yeah, I like it.
If you taste in the kiwis and the cucumbers.
Cucumber. That's why it tastes familiar.
Cucumber.
That's why it tastes familiar.
Yeah, this is good.
We're juicing down.
No, listen, I like all this stuff.
Oh, I drink like 5 or 6 of my juices a day.
Healthy.
I wake up and I'll drink the black one first because it has activated charcoal. It's a lemonade, but it has activated charcoal. So when you
Okay.
wake up in the morning, activated charcoal like removes all the toxins
In your
from your
system,
in your body. So if you overdose, you go to the hospital, activated charcoal.
Right.
If you have a hangover, drink activated
Right.
charcoal lemonade. It removes everything from your body. So
I'm
I
enjoying
love
this a
this.
bit too much. I don't want to
Yeah.
take away from your interview.
Yeah, I was gonna say keep on pouring,
So,
but let's continue.
I'll let you continue. Go right ahead.
So you mentioned something that I wanted you to tap in a little bit more
Okay.
because I'm a spiritualist as well. I believe in God, and you said something from a young age. You saw visions and you saw what God wanted you to be, right? How did you step into your role of understanding? All right, this is God talking. Because sometimes when we're young, we don't know, but maybe you did know. I don't know how young you were.
See,
Yeah, talk to me.
As an actress, I can remember myself being an actress and fighting for it that's like the only, I tell people like I look so well put together, but my head is in the clouds sometimes.
Right.
And I always, and like him, once he accomplished something, it's on to the next one.
Yep.
Right.
But the only thing that I've been committed to since I was, I would say 3 years old, has been acting, performing.
Oh, wow.
So like that's why my parents don't really fight it. My dad didn't have an issue when I told him I wanted to get my degree in theater. He was just like, listen, all I've known you is to perform. So go
That's what
for
I like
it.
to hear.
You know what I mean? My mom was the one that was like, no. But then my mom sees me on TV, or she'll be watching CNN and she'll see a commercial, and I'm just like, I'm watching CNN and I just see you. Oh my God, you're on TV. Yes, I'm on TV. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. You know, like, I have like 2 movies that's coming out in Netflix in the next couple of months or year. And I know my mom is waiting to be like, have you gone on Netflix? Yes, that's Fionia's movie. I know she's waiting
Can
to
you tell us?
brag.
Can you tell
Huh?
us or not
You
yet?
can't tell us.
About what? Which one?
Either one of
Or
them.
what's out? Is anything out yet?
Nothing's out. So I made up my mind in 2017 that I wasn't doing any role that I wasn't either lead actress or supporting lead.
Ooh.
From that day, I have done nothing but lead or supporting lead.
I love
What
that.
about commercials? Does that count technically?
Yeah, I guess. I like commercials, but
No, it's just like, because I don't know anything about commercials. Like, nobody ever talks about getting roles in commercials. That's why
no,
I was
they
curious.
do. You get paid a lot of money when you do commercials.
Really?
Yeah, you get a lot of money, and your residuals are better when you do commercials. Honestly, but I just wanted to do roles that like. I'm not picky. I don't judge my characters.
Right.
I don't judge the characters I play, but I just don't want to play black girl from the hood.
Right.
Angry black girl.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Barista.
So those are your hard nose.
It's not my hard nose. I'm not looking down. Again, I don't judge the character. I'm not looking down on those
But you
roles.
want
But
something
the
more than that.
opportunities that I was
Right.
getting in America was
Right.
that. Whereas that when I decided to go to Nollywood,
Ooh.
Hey, okay, excuse me.
Hollywood is like, okay, I am going to have to do a lot of things, a lot of competition,
Right.
like it's just like a luck thing because it's like there's roles for 3 black actresses, but like 3,000 actresses auditioning for it. Do you know
For
what
those
I mean?
3 roles.
Right. And then how many movies do they come out with that are good movies for black people that you see a lot of black people that
Right.
it's like it's not a slave movie. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I'm tired
That's
of
when
slave
they go
movies.
big.
Yeah, I
It's like
hear
that's
you.
when they go big. Like, but we have Afrofuturism. We're aliens. We're you know
What'd
what
you
I
do
mean?
with Tubi movie?
I don't think it's okay. So
Here we go.
it's not a matter if I would do a Tubi movie or not. It's not. Tubi's just a
Just not the
distributor.
platform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like a Netflix.
Right.
I don't
Like,
think it's
just,
bad.
But I just feel like they buy anything.
But everybody, I guess, needs to start somewhere, whether it be the
Right.
director, whether it be the
Right,
screenwriter.
right.
So
That's something I don't
think
judge.
it's
I don't
bad.
judge. It's a platform. Hey,
I
it's a
love it.
platform
Yeah.
for your acting to be shown. Like,
Right. That is
regardless if
true.
it's the best movie, you're still gonna have critics that's gonna talk about it. So, Tubi, Netflix, is the world seeing me? Yes.
Could you tell us which movie's coming out to watch, or no, not yet? Because I know sometimes you have to sign an NDA.
NDAs, yeah.
I definitely signed NDAs.
All right,
So
so
we won't talk.
no, we won't talk about it.
won't talk about
We won't talk about
Can
it.
you tell us at least when to look for it?
Don't know that either.
Okay,
But I
then.
can tell you that.
Talk
I
to
can
us.
tell you that. Again, with the manifestation and speaking your life into
Mm-hmm.
existence and trusting God's timing. Perfect. One of the movies that the last movie that I just did,
Right.
the actor that's the lead actor is one of Nigeria's biggest like
Ooh.
A-listers. And I remember seeing him in 2017 when I made up my mind that this is what I want to do. I'm giving myself my acting career, because a lot before that, I was acting, yes, but I was a lot, like I did a lot of
Right.
behind the scene stuff, like directing or producing. So I was like,
Okay.
I'm tired of like pushing all my actor friends to be these like superstars. I'm an actress, I want to do it myself. So I'm going to take a step back from directing and I'm just going to just go full-fledged acting, get to where I need to go, and then I can, go back.
What does it take? Like, what are some of the tasks that you do when you're directing? What are some of the? I guess like I'm curious about that.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. It also depends on like where you're directing. It's like, am I
Ooh.
directing a theater piece or am I directing a film?
Okay.
So yeah.
So
Would you?
go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know about the film.
Oh.
Like, how is it directing film? Like, dealing with so much personality. 'Cause I know you have to deal
Oh,
with
that's
the
simple.
people.
That's
oh, that's simple?
Yeah, that's
so what's
like
the hard part then?
This is the thing. When you find and you're doing stuff that you genuinely love to do, it's not work. It's not hard. I cannot tell people like there's anything hard. It's a lot of work. There's a difference between something being a lot of work and being hard work.
That's true.
I
It's
agree.
a lot of work to
That's
do
true.
it, but it's not hard. I actually have a blast. Like the last set that I was on, I felt like I was on a vacation. Like, if you're playing an actress that's wealthy, they get to take you like these wealthy places. You get to live the life.
Because you have to be a part of that role. You have to
Right,
live that
exactly.
role.
So I don't find anything like hard with what I do. But like I was saying, like this actor that I acted, I was watching Netflix in 2017 and I saw him and I was just like, who is he? I'm gonna be in a movie with him. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I just know I'm gonna be in a movie with him. And then like I reached out to him and say, hey, I'm interested in like starting my Nollywood career. What can I do? And in my head, I'm like, coming from an American setting, I'm like, this man's not gonna respond to me because celebrities would not talk to you in America. They're gonna be like, who's this stalker, crazy person? And he's just like, hey, how you doing? These are the websites, these are the sites, these are the casting agencies to send your stuff to in Nigeria. Good luck. And I'm like,
that's nice.
oh, wow. And then, like, we just started talking about we wanted to work on a movie together in 2020, and then everything happened. And he was like, can you believe what happened in 2020? I'm like, I'm going to come to Nigeria. Don't worry. I'm going to work in Nollywood. I trust God's timing. And then in 2022, last year was my first time they flew me out
Ooh.
to Nigeria to do my
Nice.
lead
I'll give you that.
actress role. So that was my first Nollywood movie. So that's coming out as well. And I
Okay.
just did another one. That's coming out too.
Nigeria is a beautiful place.
Nigeria is
gotta
a
go.
beautiful place.
On that note, I do have a question. So
Yes.
I know that I'm sure in Nollywood you don't have this issue, but I know many Black American actresses have spoken, especially in the past, about how when they're on the set for a movie or a show or whatnot, that they have difficulties when it comes to the hair and makeup part. Because obviously there's different textures and whatnot. Have you ever had those experiences as well? Because I want to get your experience as a Black woman to speak about these things for other Black actresses to understand that, hey, these are some of the difficulties that you may face when you're going to these castings and or when you have a role.
I feel like my issue, and that doesn't have anything really to do with being Black or non-Black, is that makeup.
Well, not the makeup, but maybe like the hair part.
But makeup is essential too. Like, I mean, if I'm not saying anything wrong, but if I have a white woman who's never done makeup on a Black woman's
Right.
face, how are you going to know my colors and my undertone? It doesn't matter how skilled you are.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not even anything saying that you're not skilled at your job, because I'm sure that some people know how to work with all. To be a perfect makeup artist, you have to learn how to work with all skin tones.
Agreed.
But there are just certain things. I find that when I have people that do not look like my tone, and it's not even Black or white thing, even if it's they're lighter skin than me, they always make me look lighter.
Right.
I don't know why. I'm like, why are you making me look like I
Right.
don't have a problem with looking dark skin. I know who I am. I know I'm dark, you know? So that's the thing. But also the issue with hair stuff, it's just, yeah.
I have another
It's a
question
hit or
for
miss.
Fair enough.
You know, it's a hit or miss. What I learned from working in Nollywood is just like buy a bunch of wigs.
Hey, it's a solution.
Just buy a
Yeah.
bunch of. I used to hate wearing wigs, but now I love it because I can't even change my hair because if I get called next week, they want me to do like it's
Right.
different, and it's such a different thing. Like Hollywood and Nollywood, two different things. Hollywood tells me keep the same look, do not change how you look, continuity. And in Africa, if you have the same look in the entire movie, you're poor. Like, what?
If you're not changing, if you're not stunning.
If you're not switching it up, because with African women, it's like the hair, the clothes, the shoes, everything. So for us, wigs is not like an embarrassing thing that you have on a wig. No, it matches the outfit because I might wear this short dress where a really long hair would fit it.
Right.
So I'm gonna switch it up to just complete the look, you know? So I just learned to just be prepared. Just be prepared. As an actor, you got to be prepared regardless because you have to come on set thinking that they don't have the right look for you. You have to come on set like this movie I just did. Let me tell you how crazy it is to be an actress. This movie I just did, I went on set to play a Nigerian like kingpin woman.
Okay, excuse me. You had the blicky on you?
I mean, I'm saying that was what I thought I was gonna have.
Oh.
The director walks in. I'm just like, "Hi, how are you?" And he's like, "I need to talk to you now." And I'm just like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And he calls the other girl, and we're just like, "Does he not like our look? Do we look bad? They're about to fire us. Oh my god, they don't like, you know." And he goes, I don't want you to play the Nigerian girl. I'm like, but I'm Nigerian. What do you want me to play? He goes, I want you to play Jamaican. Jamaican? I was like, she's Jamaican. Like, we cast this movie so that she can be Jamaican because she's Jamaican. And I can be African because I'm African. And he's just like, no, she's now Nigerian. And now you're Jamaican. And I'm just like, what? He goes, get ready, get into costume. We're about to start in like an hour. And I'm just like, what? And it's just like, challenge accepted.
Okay. Excuse me.
I went there and I was like, wagwan. No, say me can't speak patois.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like I switched it up and they were just like, wait, what's happening? So, but you have to be prepared for anything.
Right.
So like all the costumes I bought for this one character, I have to like switch and find costumes for another character where I went to do 9 scenes and ended up doing like about 27 scenes.
Wow.
Yeah, they bumped my role, bumped it. The director saw me and it was just like bump. And that's what I'm talking about, the difference with Nollywood and Hollywood. Hollywood sees me, they're like, project girl. Nollywood sees me, my first Nollywood movie, I played a doctor.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. So they cast me for like roles that it's like, yeah, this makes sense. Like not just, you know, you took my boyfriend, I'm gonna slap you.
Right.
Like, you know, not real, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. The quality of roles that you get. Well, I think it's different now because like Tyler Perry makes a lot of shows and there's a lot of shows, a lot of people that make their shows. So it's different nowadays, but it's still like.
Still, yeah.
It's still, I'm not gonna lie, Nollywood is kicking Hollywood's ass. And for me personally right now, just how I'm being treated, how I'm being received.
Did you? I know you had some other stuff.
No, I did have a question.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to know because you are an actress and you are a business owner. How do you juggle the two?
How do I juggle the two? You know?
Does Mercury help? I'm just messaging.
Actually,
She about to come back with a. She about to come back with a mark. She about to hit you.
Actually, Mercury did not help.
If Mercury helped me make those juices, then I believe in Mercury.
No, Mercury does not help with these juices. I help with the juices. Mercury messes up.
See, this is why Mercury don't matter, because the juice is too good. If we just need you, well, we need Mercury.
Don't let her snap at you, bro.
I love
the camera's ready to catch you. Now, just joking.
No, how do I balance them?
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
Wow, I get it. No, it's real.
Honestly, I don't know. I sit with myself and say, how do I not get like a nervous breakdown? But for me, what I find helps me is that when this is getting hectic, I usually get a role, so I just submerge myself into an actress and forget completely that I have a juice bar, and then I get back and I'm just like, oh God, I have a juice bar. And then like when there's nothing to do with acting and I just like to not feel like what am I, especially with the strike that's going on in Hollywood, I'm just like, thank God I have a juice bar. I have something to like pull from to get me money and to just focus my attention on. So they both. I wrote on Facebook or Instagram the other day. I wrote that my acting career and my juice bar are competing neck and neck with each other for who's good. I take it as they are both my kids and they want me to love them. So they are trying to prove who's gonna make me love them. Which am I gonna love the most?
Right.
And I say to them, impress me.
I hear.
If I get $1 billion from the juice bar, guess who my favorite is? The
Right.
juice bar. If I get $1 billion from my
that.
acting, you
Right.
know,
I ain't mad at that.
you just have to like. I don't know. You just have to believe in yourself. I don't know. I really like. I tell people that I trust myself so much. I trust myself so much. Like it's like. I consult myself for myself. Like I don't know. I just know that I want something. If I know I want this, I know I'm gonna get it. No matter what, I'm gonna get it. And I want this to be my $1 billion company.
Ain't nothing stopping it.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing stopping it.
So,
you go.
I good?
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
I didn't want to step on it because I got a lot of interruptions, but you go on.
No, so my question is, so what is some advice, since you said believe in yourself, that you would give the younger women, Black women especially, so to becoming a business owner or an actress? What's some advice that you can give them?
Use what you got
Okay.
to get what you want
Okay, I know that quote.
without using what you got.
Okay.
Excuse me. God
Okay.
If you
Can
know,
you repeat
know.
that again?
damn. Yeah.
I said use what you got
Okay.
to get what you want
Okay.
without using what you got. Meaning, use your talent, use your beauty, use your feminine energy, use everything without belittling yourself, without sleeping with people, without lowering your class, without lowering your value to get what you want. It might be harder,
love that.
it might take a longer, but when you're up there, who can say what? What did you do for me?
Exactly.
What did I do to you for you to get me where? Nothing. I did this by myself.
It's probably one of the best advice we've gotten on the show so far.
Well, one of the best.
Really?
Yeah, like that's
like it.
Oh my God.
that's a
That's
rap.
real.
That's a rap bar. Like that's literally a
Yeah.
rap
Oh,
bar.
wow. Yeah, no, I
It's
live
fire.
by that. I
It's
live by
fire.
that. I definitely live by that. My success is because of my knowledge, my studies, my push, my perseverance. It's not because I'm a woman and I can,
Okay.
yeah, no, absolutely not.
Not bad.
You have anything before I go?
I'll let you lead because I know that we have so
So-
much you want to get to, but I don't want
So much. That's why we might have to do a part 2. So much. Right? Because this is a really good interview.
What do you want to hop to next?
So I'm thinking about the social media.
You want to do the social media, or you want to do it, or you want to do the topics?
I think the social media is so fire.
You think so?
I think so. What do you say? I think
we should do the topics for the sake of time.
all right, for fun. Rock,
Actually,
paper, scissors. Come,
let her choose. Let our guests
no,
choose.
rock,
Let
paper,
our
scissors.
guests
Come on, let's do it. All right, there you go.
I will let our guests choose.
Okay.
Would you rather use our social media, or would you rather do our topics?
So our social media is a video we show, and we all have to talk about what this video is saying.
Okay.
The topics are the ones that was sent to you. Which one would you like to do?
There's no wrong answer.
There's none.
I say because of the interview that we've done
Right.
not so much about love,
Yes.
all the chapters about love.
Right.
Don't make me pick. Now you
All right, we go with the topics. We have to
I
do
wanna
this
get you
again. So I know your busy schedule, so let me know, please, when we can.
Okay.
Off camera, we'll talk about
Okay.
it. Listen, we want you to go with everyone hold up one.
Yeah, I want the pink. Oh, all
Oh,
right.
go ahead with the pink. No, you.
Let's grab.
Okay,
Let's
grab
grab.
your pink. Just grab your.
Listen.
Let me get my
I'll grab
pink.
the.
There
Diamond
was
rolls.
12 of these. You see how much we knocked down? 4. It was all delicious. Go support. Go
Yes.
buy. And where is it? Fairy Juice Bar in
Fairy
Mount
Juice
Vernon.
Bar. You can find us online at
Talk about it.
www.fairyjuicebar.com. You can follow us on all our social media platforms at fairyjuicebar.com. You can also follow me at Lady
Yes.
Fionia. Same thing. I'm a fairy, so.
Hey.
Yes. And she's going to leave us with the advice of the day.
Advice of the day. Do what makes you happy. People are going to talk regardless. Do what makes you happy. If you believe in yourself, go for it. Do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, you're gonna hurt people. Do what makes you happy.
I love that. Listen, here at Peepthiswom, me and my brother do what makes us happy. We run a successful Peepthiswom show because of you guys. And because of this, we love you. We cherish you. Like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification button. Not playing. Hi, my name is Maciah. Will you join me?